What is up, guys? Zach Ginn here, and in today's video, I'm going to share with you exactly the 50 ways, pretty much the top 50 ways to find a wholesaling real estate deal, and specifically how to find your first wholesaling real estate deal. Guys, there's over 50 proven, tried and true ways to get your first wholesaling real estate deal, and this is why in this video, I'm going to break down all 50 of them, so I can eliminate every single possible excuse you could ever have on finding a wholesaling real estate deal so you can have the best success possible. Now, I'm telling you, a lot of wholesalers out here, they want to say there's only 2-3 ways for anyone to go out here and get a deal. But in all honesty, there is 50 proven ways. There's more than 50, but what I can tell you, 50 tried and true proven ways where you can get a wholesaling real estate deal. And I'm pretty much gotten a deal from every single one of these methods. So that's kind of how I came up with this list. So it's actually not as complicated as people think. You know, I think a lot of people think that they have to go out here and pull these insanely crazy lists that my guru says. And I can tell you, every guru has this thing on their list, and it's part of their secret programs that they don't want to ever talk about. But I'm going to reveal it today because, guys, I'm here to show you exactly how to wholesale real estate the right way, absolutely for free, so you can have the best success possible. So before I break it down, y'all know the drill. Make sure you guys go out here and smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and comment below your questions, and I'm here to help you become the best wholesaler you possibly can. So without further ado, let's get it going. Let's get some deals and let's make some money. Woo!
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, again, they got go. Time to wake up, bitch, get up. Get up, get up.
Oh, snap. We're ready to go. We're excited. We're going to break down everything you need to know in wholesaling real estate on exactly how to get your first wholesaling real estate deal, the top 50 ways, marketing methods, any type of way possible to get your first deal. I'm here to help you, share with you how you can do it so you can have the best success possible in your own wholesaling real estate business. So I'm excited. I'm ready to go. And like usual, I'm jacked up to help you become the best wholesaler you can possibly be. So without further ado, let's talk about it. Let's get into it. And let's just quit the fluff. And let's break this down exactly everything you need to know about getting into wholesaling real estate and getting that first deal. Because that first deal is everything for you starting out. You know, that first deal is going to be the thing that's going to catapult you to wholesaling real estate success. So let's break down these 50 ways, methods, marketing, whatever you want to call them, that's going to lead to you having wholesaling real estate success. So without further ado, let's get it going and let's just break down these top 50s. Guys, if you have any questions, let me know, and I'm always here to help. So let's go. This is not in any particular order of importance or how amazing it is, but this is definitely a good order you should be going at if you just want to start going after deals. So I'm not going to go in a full hour presentation on every single one I talk about because there's 50. Like, dang, that's a lot. But what you can do, though, if you go to freewholesaling.com, my free real estate wholesaling course, pretty much every single one I talked about here is in that course, and it is pretty much broken down really smoothly and easily so you can know exactly how to get into wholesaling real estate absolutely for free. So go to freewholesaling.com, and I'll share exactly how to do it. So let's talk about the first one, and this is going to be the for rent ads. I can tell you guys, most wholesalers don't know this, but a huge amount of wholesaling real estate deals that I do in my own wholesaling real estate business, a lot of them are from what we call tired landlords. And this is going to be a list of people that have rental properties and they just want to sell it. They want to get rid of their rental property. They don't want to deal with it. And it's just a nuisance for them, right? They don't want to deal with it. And being a landlord sucks. I hope everybody knows this. Being a landlord is not the most fun thing in the world. You got to deal with problem tenants and all these things. And a lot of those people own property and they just want to get rid of them. A lot of tenants get rid of properties and all these things. And the point of the for rent ads is there could be a pretty good chance that somebody who is listing the property for rent just evicted somebody, right? They just got somebody out of the property and it's absolutely free list. And the reason why I'm starting out with the for rents is because it's what we call a double whammy. What do I mean by a double whammy? What I mean by because it's a double whammy list is because you are actually finding motivated sellers by pulling that list and cold calling them, seeing if they want to sell the property. But also, on top of that, if you have a very savvy cash buyer, you're actually going to be able to find a cash buyer landlord in your area. So it's the best of both worlds here, guys and gals. You actually go out here and you're going to be able to find really good motivated seller deals and really good cash buyers all at the same time. And so your guru don't like talking about it. Go pay for a list, guys. It's free. You go on Zillow. It's right there. Absolutely amazing, guys. So I would definitely recommend you go there because it's a great list. I don't think a lot of wholesalers talk about that one, but it's a great one. Guys, go after the for rents in your area. And remember, at freeholding.com, we teach you how to do it the right way. Now, let's talk about number 2. These are tax deed sales. This is another one. People are not paying their taxes. Property goes up to auction. And a lot of these properties, you can go after sellers that have tax deed sales. And in a lot of jurisdictions, counties, cities, you can actually save the property. Or you can find people that they have an auction date and you can salvage it. Make sure you talk to your title company, see the laws in your state on how to do that. But I'm telling you, it's not really talked about much in the wholesaling community, but it's a great tactic to be going out here. So tax deed sales, freeholding.com, we teach you how to do that. Number 3, kind of underrated strategy, more or less, I could probably say, but this is going to be going out here and actually using social media to find your wholesaling real estate deals. And it's never really talked about too much how to do it the right way, but like social media is an amazing source of finding wholesaling real estate deals. And I think a lot of wholesalers out here feel like they're so stressed because they feel like they can't find any deals unless they pay a bunch of money and they can't do it. Guys, social media is a very, very powerful way to find wholesaling deals. And I hate to say it, but like a lot of you guys aren't using social media the right way to find deals. And I know a guy, I did a podcast, named Ralph, and he was able to do, I think, 18 JV deals last year, all pretty much exclusively from Facebook and Instagram. And he was just networking with other wholesalers and JVing with them on there. That's great. But another really big thing here on social media, and I don't talk about it too much on here, but like you can use like AI to go create Craigslist type ads. And then using those type of ads on like a Facebook group for like a local moms group or something like that. I mean, if you're a mom, that sure you're getting a group, but like you can get social media wholesaling deals. You can cold message people on social media. Hey, I get people all the time like, Zach, I have a probate deal, but I can't reach the person. Like there's no heirs. I don't know how to reach out to this person. I say, just go slide the DMs on social media on the person. Boom. You find that person, right? A lot of people on social media. I can't find their number. Look them up. Like their name's going to pop up on Facebook, right? Social media is an immensely powerful wholesaling real estate tool, and not a lot of people use it. Everybody knows the majority of my JV deals come from social media. It's a marketing source for me to find. Like, it's a great trade-off. Hey, I make you a millionaire in wholesaling, and you make me more millions in wholesaling by just sending me JV deals, right? Like it's what we call a win-win solution, right? And that's sort of the way, I like doing my education for wholesaling. Very transactional, where people send me deals, I do them, boom, 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 right? And so you kind of look at the whole part of social media. You don't have to become a social media expert. Don't try to make content on like how to, get into wholesaling stuff. It's not the game I think most people should be doing unless you get to a certain point. But like just start finding other wholesalers there. Start posting on the various places to find them and you'll do well. To piggyback on this number 4, this is just going to be JVing, or what we call joint venturing. Joint venturing is a very, very powerful way to go out here and actually find deals. JVing is a great one because I feel like a lot of wholesalers out here, they feel like they have to go just find a motivated seller, go through the entire process. And there is a ways around it. I think this is another one that's not talked about too much, but like everyone knows I do a bunch of JVs and I love JVing and all these things, but like If you can find motivated sellers really good, but you can't sell them at all, go find them that can sell it and then collaborate together, joint venture, co-wholesale, and kind of partner up on the deal. It's very good. And it works really well, guys and gals. So I do recommend a lot of people go out here and actually do that. Not really talked about much, but I'm telling you, it is powerful. I do recommend people do it. And you will, I promise you, you will do deals if you focus on doing it right. Now, outside of your regular wholesaling time, you can do a lot of JV deals. There's guys that actually, they don't really do any direct to seller deals. They just only JV, and they make over 100K a year. So it works really well. So let's get into some of the ones that aren't ever spoken about on YouTube. The ones that aren't really talked about, even from me sometimes, but they're ways to find wholesaling deals. And maybe it strikes a chord with somebody. And I can tell you a lot of these methods, I've tried virtually all of them except for like one or two, which I'll share why. But let's do this one. All right, let's do the next one. All right. Number 5 here is going to be radio ads. Now, I actually know some people that do very well on radio ads. I actually am currently on the radio on radio ads, and we do deals, not a ton of deals on radio ads. I'm just being honest, but we've had an ROI on it. So we do make more money on radio ads than what we spend. So, hey, that's something, right? But like, I can tell you and most wholesalers watching this that radio ads aren't priority for everyone, okay? This is when you're in the 6 figures, you kind of want to grow it more. Some people that work really well, but like we find radio like stations that have a lot of older people listening to it that are relatively cheap, and we get the message out there. It's not as good as direct mail, cold calling, SMS. Obviously, it is not, and it probably never will be, but it isn't a great, amazing source to go out here and find wholesaling real estate deals. Now, it isn't ever really talked about. A lot of wholesalers don't like speaking on it, but it is a really good way to go out here and do it, right? Not talked about too much, but I think radio ads are something that is worth looking into if you can possibly do it, right? The next one here is property managers. Now, property managers are actually a really good source for wholesaling deals. And this is a source not much wholesalers talk about, but property managers know when someone's having a problem property or issues with the house or all these crazy stuff, right? Property managers can hold a huge key if it's going to actually be a decent wholesaling deal or not. And I think a lot of wholesalers need to probably reach out to some property managers and just build a connection. Say, hey, if you have any properties we're looking to buy, love to connect with you. It's a great way. Now, the next one is a controversial one, to say the least. I'm getting a lot of questions lately of, Zach, should I do MLS wholesaling? Should I do off-market wholesaling? On-market, off-market? Should I go wholesale on real estate agent deals? Should I not? What's all this about, right? And we'll do a deeper dive video on this in the future. This is not, I do not have 30 minutes to drop MLS knowledge. I do have a free course in freewholesaling.com on how to wholesale on the MLS correctly. If you are in a dual agency state, if you are not, if you don't, that is, go to freewholesaling.com. We break down all the knowledge absolutely for free, right? But I can tell you wholesaling on the MLS is actually, it's a good way to find deals. And that might seem on the contrary to what you might think for me to say, but compared to a lot of the things that I have heard and a lot of the other wholesaling tactics that I've seen, it's not the worst one. And like, guys, I've seen a lot of the guru tactics. I've seen a lot of the stupid stuff. I've seen a lot of it. But what I could tell you is the MLS is not the worst. Far from it. But it is not the best. Okay. Off market, to this day, still the best one. And one sentence I want to rest with you guys is a statistic. Most people that tell you why you should wholesale in the MLS, they say this one thing. 95% of deals are sold through the MLS. So why are you only trying to wholesale only 5% of the deals? Boom. Roasted. MLS is king. Right? It's a funny statistic, but it's absolutely a true statistic. I think 94% of properties are sold in the MLS. But that's not the number I'm looking at. I don't care about the $1 million penthouse mansion overlooking Central Park, okay? I only care about one statistic for wholesaling real estate. What's the percentage of deals that are sold below the market value? Like 25%. below what the thing's actually worth. You'll find out over 90% of those deals are sold off market. So if I know 90% of all properties sold for below insanely profitable levels, like below really deep discounts or mostly all off market, why don't I go after those? And so that's the thing I think a lot of people want to understand. It's like, well, most food's junk food, so you should be eating junk food. What about healthy food? Oh, most healthy food's organic. Oh, I'll just get organic then, right? It just, guys, a lot of people are looking at statistics through a skewed lens when it comes to MLS wholesaling. I love MLS wholesaling. It's still, if you're an agent, I still think it's something you should consider. But what I can tell you, it's really overhyped. A lot of gurus think, okay, this is a different strategy I could sell you a crazy course on. There's probably 4 courses, probably 12 after this video, because some gurus are going to see this video. I'm like, oh, I'm going to create a new course on how to wholesale on the MLS. Not the biggest fan of it when it comes to off market, but it's still not a bad way. You know, there's good ways and bad ways to get into wholesaling real estate. I would not say this is a way that's going to absolutely like fail you, right? I don't think it's going to be something that's going to fail you, but it is a decent one. And it is still one that if you are really bent on doing it and you really want to do it, go do it. All right, just check that out of there. Next one here. This is going to be the IRS debt lien list. Guys and gals, this is going to be a list of people that are behind. The IRS puts a lien on the property or on your bank account or on your personal name. We like it when they put it on a property, wink, wink, where you don't pay your income tax. You don't want to become like Wesley Snipes and not pay your income tax after racking up some money. And really, I will tell you, the IRS will come for you if you do not pay your taxes. And I know the IRS likes watching probably. So I'll tell everybody, pay your taxes, pay what you owe, and pay whatever your accountant tells you to do, okay? Do everything you can to write off what is legally yours, but just pay the taxes. This is my personal philosophy, and a lot of people don't like it. Rick's a little different, but this is me. I would rather overpay my taxes and not have the IRS mad at me, and they just give me some extra money, versus me underpaying, and then they attack me and give me an 8% penalty, and then I get letters, and I got to do this, guys. I once forgot one line on a form 2 years ago, and the IRS, it made me spend 4 hours to correct that one thing. Over one little thing. It's got to be perfect. Everything's got to be perfect with them. Make sure you get a good accountant, but like, just pay your taxes. Because why am I telling you this? Because if you don't pay your taxes or you're off by a little bit, the IRS, even if it's a small amount, they will garnish your wages. They will go after your property. Not after, but they'll put a lien on the property. They'll take your Social Security. They'll do a lot of crazy stuff. Reasonable. We love the IRS. So for a lot of people that think they can get away from the IRS actually knows, and everyone, no, I'm not trying to scare anyone, but the IRS actually knows how much you actually made this year. They actually know. They have the number. They're waiting for you to report it. And if you don't report enough of it, they're going to say, oh, you're wrong. Well, why didn't you just tell me in the first place? Well, you got to guess. And if you guess wrong, we're going to charge you extra money, right? So the IRS knows how much you make. A lot of people think they can slick it through and be all cute and sexy with it. And unfortunately, what happens is the IRS will say, oh, you're wrong. And then if you can't prove that they are wrong, which very hard to do, they will put a debt lien list that is almost impossible to wipe unless you pay them, which sticks on records for a very long amount of time. And a lot of these motivated sellers have IRS liens on them when they don't pay their federal taxes. Now, I'm in Florida. There's no state income tax. Woohoo. So a lot of people, they're not used to paying income taxes, usually for state. So there's no state really debt lien list. But if you're in a state, let's say for like Georgia, because I don't live in Georgia, I can say this. They are for a state that's very they're kind of in the middle. Their Department of Revenue is very aggressive. Like very aggressive for a state. California's like this too. Find the state revenue income tax liens too. Those are great too. Those are good ones too. Now, on top of that is the credit card debt lien list. So you just go to public records. Remember, at wholesale.com, I break down exactly how you can actually pull this list and actually do it. But the credit card debt lien list, absolutely amazing list. Highly recommended. I absolutely love this list. You go to the public records and you can actually go by liens. It's an amazing list to be going after. The credit card debt lien list, it's on fire. It's amazing, okay? Kind of like the IRS debt lien list. This is a list of people that are behind on their credit card payments, and it's amazing, guys. And then you guys will do pre-foreclosures for free also and all these things, but there's a million ways to do it. Next one, this is not talked about much. So this is the one that I actually have never tried. And this is one of the, I think the only one on this list of 50 I've never tried, but I want people to understand you can do it. I'm not a fan of it, but I want you to understand that there are people I know that get a lot of deals from it. People will slap stinking stickers on everything. And what I mean by this, they will literally slap stickers. Like they'll get We Buy Ugly Houses cash stickers, slap them park benches, slap them on trash cans. They'll slap them everywhere because they're really cheap and they stick forever. I'm not a big fan of those things. I think it's littering to a point, but it is a tactic if you want to go out here and do it right. Not highly recommended, but it is a way for you to do it. So that is a way that you can. But just understand that you can get in a little bit of trouble doing it if you don't do it the right way. Next to number 11. This is a big one. This is one I really love to do. But this is driving for dollars. Guys, if you have never heard me ever utter the sentence driving for dollars, you know something is wrong with you. Because I have said the word driving for dollars probably 5 billion, kajillion, chameleon times. Okay. I say the word driving for dollars more times than I can count. Okay. Because it really works. It is a top 5 marketing tactic. It is one of the best ways to find really deeply discounted properties. And it's an amazing way to find wholesaling real estate deals. Trying for dollars, super underrated. Number 12 here, guys, we got to get to 50. Guys, there's a lot of ways to find deals you're figuring out. Facebook ads. Some people work really well on them, some don't. I've done deals on Facebook ads. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I don't actually currently run any Facebook ads in my own business currently right now, but I've gotten deals from it. And still to this day, I even hopped on a podcast with somebody and they got 8 deals from Facebook ads last year. So they work in select markets. It does work. Number 13, estate sales. Guys, very, very, not talked about too much, but estate sales are actually a decent way to find wholesaling real estate deals. Now, estate sales are always a little different, every type of one, but like usually someone's just selling a property after they die, or sometimes they just sell the whole estate after a divorce, something crazy happening, right? Some Saul Goodman type stuff. But really, estate sales are really good. And then you just contact the owners of those properties. It's a great one. 14, door knocking. Not for the faint of heart, but it is something that does work if you do want to commit to it. Not the sexiest one, but they do work, right? And I think it's not talked about too much, but door knocking is a tactic. I'd recommend like a reverse driving for dollars or something like that. But hey, it's up to you which ones you really want to do. Okay, there's a million ways to do it. Next one is going to be door hangers, right? Door hangers. Very similar to reverse driving for dollars, right? It's a good tactic. It's kind of like a sticky note, except it's a little more professional and just put a door hanger on there. I prefer sticky notes, but some guys don't like that. They like the door hangers better and they stick sometimes more, and go do it, right? So they work. I think they are a lower tier to the sticky note, but it's still not a bad one. Door hangers on properties with a list on them is going to be good, like a code violation list or something like that. I'm not a big fan of just door knocking. It's not door knocking, but putting door hangers on like an entire street. I mean, you can, but still, I'd rather there's be some motivation on there if you are going to do it, but that's just me. Next here is pre-foreclosures. I can go for probably 3 hours on pre-foreclosures because I absolutely love it. I think it's going to be one that is going to be rising this year and definitely for next year. And it's definitely one where it's talked about so much, but so many people know so little about actually how to market a pre-foreclosures correctly. One quick example, I've always said this, the top rule for pre-foreclosures is do not cold call this list. This is not a good cold calling list. This is actually a terrible cold calling list. Don't cold call this list, okay, guys and gals? Do not be cold calling it. It is not a good cold calling list because first and foremost, pre-foreclosures, they get hammered from loan sharks, credit repair companies and all these type of corporations. They just get called probably 4, 5, 6. I've seen even 10 a day. And on top of that, wholesalers and agents and attorneys and all these things, right? So it's not a good list to cold call, but it's a great SMS text blasting list. Now, SMS text blasting is on the list because it's not a way to find a deal, right? Like it's a marketing medium. And so still, it's a good list. Pre-foreclosure, just know how to do it the right way. I would say texting and reverse trying for dollars. Heck, even throw a door hanger in there if you really want to do it. That's probably going to be a good way to do it too. Now, let's go to 17. Direct mail. I absolutely love direct mail. And I think Rick kind of touched about direct mail the other last Friday on it. So I won't get into a full direct mail breakdown today on it, but I love direct mail. I think direct mail is going to be a very underrated marketing aspect for so many. And it is really underrated because I don't think it's praised or talked about enough because it's kind of for like a higher level type of wholesaler, right? It costs a lot of money relative to other marketing channels. So it might not be the most popular one. But what I can tell most people watching this is if you're trying to get some more deals and you're a solopreneur, direct mail could be a really good one. Everyone knows, go to mailingmastery.com, learn how to do it the right way. That's going to be a big key factor for you to become successful, right? Let's talk about number 18. So I got to actually remove some of these lists because I can't get more than, I think, 100. I already got some. All right. So next one here is going to be the eviction list. Kind of like I talked about the tired landlords. The for rents is like a blanket one, but the eviction list is really when you get some really tired. Like you're talking to some people that are just done with the how can I say this politely, of the hassles of being a landlord. The eviction list. They already evicting someone for not paying it. They're evicting them. There's probably some property damage being done on the property. Just a ton of work having to be done. Ooh, that's not a good list for a lot of wholesalers out here. And I can tell you, a lot of people do not like being a landlord after an eviction. And after you have to file all the court work, paperwork, and paying lawyers, a lot of people say, you know what, I'm just going to get into the stock market. Screw this rental property thing. This is not the thing for me, right? And hey, most people aren't like that, but there are some people that are just sick of it. And there are people that don't have to deal with an eviction, and they're just sick of it too. That's why I say the for rents. But a tired landlord list is still going to be a good one. And tired landlord can say and mean a lot of things. But get a list of the eviction. So the court record of evictions, they're out there. Very underrated. Never really talked about too much, but it is definitely going to be a strategy where I think a lot of wholesalers can go out here, pull the eviction list. I would say most people watching this have never pulled the eviction list in their own clerk of the court. I'd be shocked if more than 20% have. So go to your clerk of the court, actually pull the eviction list. Very underrated, very good, highly recommended. Okay, do it there. Now, next one, fire damage properties. Guys, if a property went on fire, it's going to be hard to live in the house. They get an insurance check. They already got the money. Money's not even a situation for them. They just want to get rid of it because they already got the cash for the house, and they are salvageable deals, a lot of them. So go after it, right? I'm telling you, the fire damage properties, just get a list from the fire department of all properties that they went on that caught on fire. Even if it's like a little bit, even if it's a little fire, all calls. It's a great one. Fire damage property list, highly recommended here. And the cousin of the water shut off list, of the fire damage property list, is going to be the water shut off list. I'm telling you guys, the water shut off list, highly recommended, super duper underrated list. The water shut off list is one I highly recommend. Not a lot of people are doing it, but if you go to the utility company and actually find people that are going out here and having their water shut off due to non-payment, it's an amazing list. You can actually do very well with this list, and it'll give you a lot of success in wholesaling. The water shut off list, highly recommend it. Now, the next one here is going to be the probate list. I love the probate list. Guys, I've said the word probate probably more than anyone. Maybe cold calling have said the word more, but like, guys, if someone passes away and there's heirs who aren't emotionally attached to the property and the house is ugly, come on, it's money right there. Probate list, highly recommend it. Another great one is the divorce list. It's a good, all right, not a great one. I'd say it's a good one, like compared to the probates, right? Like it's kind of like comparing really good pizza to like Domino's, right? Like most people have like a pizza chain that's like mom and pop. They put their love and soul into the pizza with really good garlic rolls, and then you got like a Papa John's or Domino's, and that's no attack on Papa John's or Domino's, but like like I have one near my house, and it's like a guy from it's a wife and a husband, and they are Italian, second generation Italian, and they are like oh my gosh, it is so good, and it is amazing pizza. And there's this other guy across the street from him, and it's amazing. And he was from it's New Haven Pizza, and the guy, like the person who made New Haven style pizza, the creator of it, it's his like second cousin or something, and like he grew up in that shop and he makes it, and it's so good. And like you go to like a Domino's or something, it's like it's good, but it's not as good. And so divorce list is probably like the Papa John's of how I say the marketing list, right? It's pizza. It's gonna taste good no matter what. But is it gonna be as good as the Watershoff probate list? Probably not. Am I gonna eat it? Still, yeah, of course. Okay. Everyone knows pizza. I love it. Okay. Now, divorce list. The biggest issue that I've seen with the divorce list is, just think about it. You got a couple splitting up, right? They are splitting up probably because they have disagreements. And if they can't agree on trivial things, think about selling the property in a price. They're just already hating each other. It's not going to be good. But there are still really good deals from it if you get both sides on. And there's usually lawyers involved. And I've seen everything with a divorce list. Okay. I've had one divorce lead I had that got destroyed because I think the wife's new boyfriend decided the property wasn't selling for enough that what he thought. I'm like, you're not getting the money. Like, I don't even get me started on that one. And then just funny. But next one, utility liens, kind of like the water shutoff list, right? This is going to be a list of people that aren't paying their utility bill. And like, wait, that's the same thing as the water. No, because they're not paying the lights and the power. So a little different. So we have Florida Power and Light. In Florida, it's pretty much the monopoly of the utility companies. And pretty much they'll put a lien on you if you did not pay your bill. So pretty simple, easy like that, right? 24, tax liens. Come on. You think you're going to go through this entire list with me not mentioning the tax liens? Come on. You got played for a fool for this, all right? If you are not paying your property taxes, that is a massive indicator that you have an ugly property. You are a motivated seller. You want to get rid of the property. Boom, boom, boom. That is a huge motivating factor. So if you don't pay your taxes, I think for over 2-3 years, depends where, you'll get a lien on your property for non-payment of the property taxes. And guess what that means? Boom, slap a lien on you, right? Guess what? Number 25, this is a very similar one, tax delinquency. So I get asked all the time, Zach, what's the difference between tax liens and tax delinquency? Tax delinquency is when you just haven't paid it for a year or two, and they didn't slap a lien on it yet, but they're very close to. So be very careful on that one. They haven't slapped the lien on it, but they're very, very, very close. So just be careful on that one. Tax delinquency, it's an amazing list. Now, let's go to number 26 here. Underrated list, obviously. Never talked about too much, but it's a great one. But this is the arrest record list. Guys, you get put in handcuffs, you get arrested. I've had some big deals like this. It's crazy, but a lot of people, and this is very underrated, but like a lot of people get arrested and they get forgotten about in society. And it's not a bad or good thing. Like this is no philosophical debate, but like you get put away in jail and people just think, okay, all right, like they're gone, right? You got to remember this person has a property. They still have a mortgage, right? They still have payments they have to make on the mortgage, right? They have to pay taxes. Like society still goes on even if somebody goes away for 3 or 4 years in jail, right? And honestly, like a lot of these are like non-violent crimes. Like for example, our probably biggest case of people going to jail and just wanting to get rid of the property before they go are DUIs. And definitely never do that. That's a terrible thing to do. And it is a bad crime. But like, these aren't going to be violent people, you know, that like you got to fear your life when you're speaking. Like, okay, like allow them to pay their debt to society, no ill will, but like, don't do it. That's a terrible thing. You're risking people's lives. We're not getting the whole debate. Like, bad, 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 right? But a lot of people think like pulling the arrest record list, they're going to go see a serial killer at their front door, and like they're just going to get attacked, right? It's not like that. Okay, I just want people to understand that like, I've done deals with every type of arrest record possible. Some a little more worrisome than others, but usually I have to get backup sometimes. So I'll give you one example. I did one deal once where I made $50,000, and the person was going to jail for assault on like another guy, like really bad stuff. And so, me knowing that, I brought two of my buddies with me to the deal to inspect, just to make sure we're okay. Okay. But like, this is just for like, guys, if you don't feel safe with it, don't do it. But these are still, I wish I could tell you just ignore it, but there's just too many deals like this. Okay. So it's still something to look at. And those people aren't going to attack you. Okay. Like, just telling you, like 99%. So just be okay with that. But like, the arrest record list, they're going to jail. Like, they got to sell the property. No, they're not going to be able to make payments on. They're not making any money while in prison, right? Like, buy the property for cash. Like, I'm just telling you, like, it's not. A lot of people forget about this. People don't want to deal with it, but like, if you're someone who's willing to do it, and if you can go with some buddies to help you out, like just as backup, you're fine. Okay. And I don't want to say this. I feel like this is, underpinning when I say it, but like, somebody's going to jail for like 5 years. Why are they going to do something to go to jail for even more years by doing something more criminal? Like, most people don't. But like, so I'm telling you guys, the arrest record list, it's a good one. Highly recommend it. If you are someone that's comfortable with it, it is a good source. I see a lot of people just, they don't even remember it, or they don't think about it. And they're like, oh, my market's just so saturated. You pull the arrest record? No. Like, I have these conversations on a daily basis. These are deals. So like, I'm telling you guys, do it. If you don't feel comfortable with it, just virtually wholesale. No one's going to attack you over the phone. You'll be fine. Okay, guys. Now, number 27 here. This is another one. It is a cousin of the arrest record list. And so I guess the same list. It's not the same list. So let's talk about the bail bondsman list. Okay. Now, the bail bondsman is a very, very sneaky ninja tactic that nobody ever talks about. These are secret guru course secrets that nobody wants to talk about. This is on the DL. The gurus are screaming. They're probably throwing stuff on their phones and their TV right now. Zach, don't reveal the bail bondsman secret for finding deals. I don't give a smack about these broke gurus because I ain't a broke guru and I just want to flex on them. So let me flex by helping you make more money in wholesaling, okay? If you'd let me, let's do it, okay? So let's talk about this, all right? Now, number one, bail bondsmen work in a interesting way. So people get arrested. Let's say they got, shoplifting, okay? $15,000 bail. Most people, I don't have $15,000. Well, if you don't have $50,000, you're going to rot in jail for like a year and you might get off innocent. Or for a lot of these things, it's like, like the way I've seen arrest records, and because I study law a lot, because I had to in college a lot. But like, if you get like a third degree petty theft, like you steal a thing of makeup, right? Like, you're not going to go to prison for 14 years. Okay. Then you ain't going to do hard time like that. You're probably going to be on probation. You pay a bunch of fines, or worst case scenario, you get like 15 days in jail or something like that, right? Now, every case is different, obviously, but like, it's a plea deal, you get out, right? That's how a lot of the lawyers make that work, right? So, but the problem is you won't get that court date for like 4 months. So you don't have to spend any time in jail. But if you don't pay your bail, you're going to be stuck in prison for like a year or 2 years until, they get that thing done. So you pay the bail. But like, I don't have 15 grand. Am I going to rot in jail? No. So we have these things called bail bondsmen in the United States where if you're outside the United States, why I'm trying to explain this, because there's a lot of people around the entire world. They're like, how does this legal system work in the United States? It's so weird. So basically what it is, the bail bondsman's got the money and they'll put up the 15 grand and they'll charge you like 10% of the bail. It's like $1,500. And then you pay that at the end after you get the bail back. Now, the bail works in a way where you're free to go because you're innocent until proven guilty in the United States. But if you decide to, skip town, move to Guadalajara, Mexico, and, because you feel like you're going to lose your case, then your bail is actually kept with the court, and they keep that, and then they try to find your fugitive of the law, stuff like that. And then we got the funny stuff. R.I.P. Dog the Bounty Hunter. R.I.P. One of the GOAT bounty hunters. Love Dog. I'll tell you, I used to watch Dog the Bounty Hunter when I was like 6 for like hours in the morning before school. Love Dog the Bounty Hunter. Mentioned direct. He loves Dog the Bounty Hunter too. But all right, so like that's where they got all the bounty hunter stuff like that. Okay, so basically, then they try to get you, and then the bounty, and then all this fun jazz, right? Okay, so the bail bondsman though. So let's say you have let's give an example here. And this is actually how you find deals. So I'm trying to explain this the best way. So a bail bondsman, let's say you have $100,000 bail and you decide you're skipping town because you did the crazy crime and you don't want to go, and you know you're getting guilty. You don't go to jail for 30 years, whatever. Usually if you're going if it's a bad crime, like one of the no-no, like very, 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 very bad ones, which I will not mention because it's a bad keyword for YouTube. But I think you guys know who I'm talking about, those type of crimes. You get like $1 million bail, like something's crazy high, right? And so if you have like $100,000 bail, like I said, 10%, it'll charge you $10,000. Now, to make sure if you skip town, that bail bondsman's out $100,000. That's a lot of money for a lot of businesses. What the bail bondsman's going to do is you have to agree. They're going to put a lien on your property for $100,000. And so they can actually foreclose on your property if you skip town and they're out $100,000. They just take over your house. And a lot of people actually do that. They get the house for like whatever price or whatever because the bail. They write bail really weird ways. So a lot of these bail bondsmen they want their $100,000 and then they put the property on the market, or sometimes they get a portion of it. It's all which way, but a lot of them just get the house. Some do, some don't. But so you got a lot of these bail bondsmen that people skip town for a jail crime, and they just have this property, and usually it's an ugly house, and it's a good little connection. We do deals with bail bondsmen. It's an interesting connection to have. But bail bondsmen, they have a lot of cars. They get a lot of real estate, jewelry, stuff. Like it's interesting. But bail bondsmen, very underrated. Never really talked about in wholesaling real estate, but definitely highly, highly recommended. Very, very interesting. So bail bondsmen, we have actually a entire breakdown on freewholesaling.com, actually how to do the bail bondsman list, how to call them, scripts, how to talk to them, actually get these deals. But bail bondsman, amazing list. Number 28, code violations. Guys, I hope you're wow, there's a lot of ways to find wholesaling deals. I only thought I would have to drive for dollars or cold call a government list to get a deal. Guys, there's a lot more. Okay, let's get back to government lists, code violations. I've said code violations a lot. People that are basically behind on code. They're literally code enforcement in your county or city is driving right now in the city. Let's do Harris County, Houston. There's a Harris County code enforcement officer right now who is driving in Houston in the hottest areas looking for ugly houses to put fines on. And then they write that list down and they put in their database. Huh. Wait, that sounds like driving for dollars. Yeah. Code enforcement right now is driving around neighborhoods, and there's like 4 or 5 of them looking for the ugliest houses possible. Whoa. And then they have a list of it. And I can actually get that list for free. Whoa. Right? It's true. It's real. It's like Santa came twice this year, right? And guys, I feel like I'm trying to convince you to pull the code violation list. Just do it. Show you for free how to do it at freewholesaling.com. It's free. It's amazing. They're literally driving for dollars for you. And so I can't even talk about it enough, but guys, do that list. It's an amazing list. Highly underrated, but it's a great one here. 29, you guys saw me do it yesterday, the Zillow for sale by owners. I absolutely love the Zillow for sale by owner list. It's a really good list because people can just get started on it right now. They don't have to get crazy complicated with the thing, with their wholesaling. But like these are people that just list the property without a realtor and they just want to get rid of the property, right? It's good. Now, a lot of them just want it for top dollar, and a lot of them aren't good wholesaling deals, but the ones that are good wholesaling deals, woo, there's a lot of money there. It's a good one. Number 30 are going to be what we call bird dogs. I love bird dogs. Okay, so what is a bird dog? A bird dog is basically, I mean, usually it's like one of those hounds that find birds and then they hunt them down for you and all that good stuff. But like a bird dog is basically a person that will find ugly houses for you, and they'll actually do a lot of. I use them for drying for dollars. For example, there's kids that I know in my market that don't want to wholesale, but they're in college, high school, they want to make some money, and they don't want to work as a bag boy like me. So what they do is I'll literally pay them like 10% of my deal. So if I make 50 grand on a deal, I'll give them 5 grand. At like 18, I paid 18-year-olds 5 grand in 1 week of work for just finding an ugly house for me, because I value that, because it's 100% a deal that I would have never gotten if it wasn't for them. And so you guys need to go out here and find people that will drive for dollars, and you'll pay them 10% of the deal. Overpay the people. It is always overpay them, and they can actually do it. This is another thing I talk about a lot too, but like if you have other wholesalers that don't want to cold call, but they're really good at drawing for dollars and it's in a virtual place, literally split the deal with them. If they will drive for dollars for you, split the deal, give them a quarter of the deal. It's a great one. So bird dogs are great. Not talking about too much, but it's a great one. Number 31, this is going to be the auctions. You can actually wholesale properties that are set to be on auction. It's a lot harder to do, but it is a strategy you can do. So auctions is a great one. Next one here is going to be the condemned property list. A lot of properties are listed condemned. You can't be in there. It's condemned. It's not good. Condemned is basically, it's kind of like a declaration from the government that is unfit for use. Sometimes it's going to be demolished. Sometimes it's just there. You actually uncondemn a property by fixing, I think, the code issues on it. So it's not like it's a death sentence for the property, but it is something that you can kind of go out and fix it too. So not the end of the world here, but you can do it. So condemned properties are a good one. You can get that list pretty easy. But yeah, government list like usual. Next here is going to be the high equity list. Another very underrated strategy. But guys, high equity, just what is equity again? Equity is basically a percentage of how much is owed on the property versus what is worth. So if I have a house worth 100 grand and I owe 40,000 on it, that means I have $60,000 in equity. $60,000 divided by what it's worth, 100,000, it's going to be 60% equity. High equity, get that from listarea.com, zachdata.com, any of the paid list services out here. Really good one. Next one. Expired MLS listings. It's a good list, guys. People that the listing did not work on the MLS, and now they're just sitting on the property because it did not sell. And then usually time they get a little more motivated. Expired MLS listings, highly recommend it. Next one, something that I think I'm sick of saying because I've said it so many times. But nobody else besides me and Rick talk about it. So I guess I have to keep the flame going. The flame has to keep burning. But reverse drying for dollars. Guys and gals, you need to be reverse drying for dollars. This is when you get in your car. Let's say we do the code violations. We put yellow sticky notes. I write something on a sticky note. Hey, this is Zach. I had a quick question about your property. Please give me a call back. And put your Google Voice number. Slap that on a bunch of houses and then have them call you. It's a great strategy because the leads come to you. freewholesaling.com, break that all down. Next is the tired landlords. And wait, Zach, you already talked about the eviction list. I thought that was the tired landlord list. The tired landlords is actually a list you can get from like PropStream batch leads, where it's a list of people that own rental properties that have owned it for a while. And so it's a different type of tired landlord that they've owned it for a while. They just want to get rid of it. Sometimes it's off of age too. So tired landlords, it's a great one. Batch leads goes off of age too. So that's an interesting one to do. Next one is probate letters. So this is basically a letter of a probate, basically stating, hey, sorry about your loss. In the event you're looking to sell, please let me know. I'm looking to buy some properties for cash. If not, have a great one, right? We actually have a free letter template you can download and then start printing them for free. And then Rick goes over that. It's at freewholesaling.com. Freewholesaling.com is probably the word I've said the most ever on this channel. But freewholesaling.com, FREEWHOLESALING. Freewholesaling.com. Okay. Freewholesaling.com is highly recommended. It's an amazing list to be going after. So definitely go out here and do it. But the probate letters, guys, go after here. It's at freewholesaling.com. And I can tell you that you can learn actually how to pull these letters right now and actually start printing them today. Next one is going to be the vacant list. Basically, properties that are vacant. They're sitting there. No one's living in the house. Maybe they want to cash offer for the property. Maybe they just want to get rid of it. Guys, the vacant's very underrated, and it's an amazing strategy out here. Number 42. Oh, we're getting there. Pre-probates. So guys heard me talk about probates, but remember, for a probate to happen, it actually has to go through the probate process. The probate court has to file it. Pre-probates is basically it's a list from listrei.com does it. listrei.com actually gets this. And it actually goes after property owners, and then it looks at death records and says, wait, this property owner just popped up on a death record. That means they just passed away. Probate hasn't been filed yet, but it's pre the probate process. So hence the word pre-probate. Also, another word, it's not as sexy, but it's called the deceased owner list. It's another way you can kind of say it. But yeah, the deceased owner list. Now, number 43, this is another sexy term. People go crazy for this term. I don't know why, but it is just the zombie properties list. I love the zombie properties. This is basically a vacant pre-foreclosure, where basically it's a pre-foreclosure, but people decide just to leave the property. It's good. Those houses are really ugly usually, but they're really good. Not a ton in that, but it's still one, still probably will recommend for you guys to go out here. So definitely a good one. Now, 44, junk removal companies. This is another one not really talked about much in wholesaling real estate, but I'm telling you, junk removal companies, companies that remove a bunch of hauling junk and stuff like this, it's really good. Very underrated strategy. It's a very underrated list, but get people that have a bunch of junk on the property and they get removed from a junk removal company. Actually, I had a deal from a guy who actually owned a junk removal company, and I actually wholesaled his house. But I actually wholesale properties from people that own junk removal companies. So it's another good one. Number 45, guys, this is going to be your stacked lists. Okay. Highly recommend you go out here and wholesale properties that have stacked lists. What are stacked lists? Stacked lists are lists that are just stacked on top of each other. So it's like, wait, Zach, you just said the definition for the word. And so basically it's a list. Let's say if you can find let's use a code violation that is also vacant, that is also in a pre-foreclosure. If you can mix those filters in there, which you can at listrei.com and zachdata.com, you'll do very well. 46, SEO. SEO is really good. Search engine optimization. You can actually pay for Google ads. You can do that. Or you can get SEO like We Buy Ugly Houses Cash or We Buy Houses Cash. It works really well. And so you can pay for it. It's free. There's a lot of ways out here. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it is a way you can do it. 47, we're getting there. TV ads. So I've never done stickers. Number 2, I've never done TV ads. So these are the 2 strategies I've actually never done. So I don't slap stickers on trash cans and things like that. And I don't put TV ads out there because I still don't think TV ads are the best one, but it is a way to do it. People do recommend it. But TV ads, it's interesting. Still not the highest recommendation for me, but you can do TV ads if you want to. 48, you can actually wholesale subject to deals. So low equity deals. So you can, if you know how to structure subject to, you can sell that for a $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 assignment fee. I buy subject to deals all the time. So subject to, you can go after low equity sellers. It's for a different conversation, but at freewholesaling.com, we do have creative finance modules. 49, vacant land. A lot of guys and gals only exclusively wholesale vacant land. We love wholesaling land too. So go out here, wholesale the vacant land list. And how do you pull that list? listrei.com, zachdata.com. The last one, number 50, the HOA liens. So this isn't talked about too much, but like HOA liens, if you don't pay the HOA after like a month or 2, they go after you hard. So I'll get a lot of deals that actually have HOA liens on them. So HOA, people like avoiding those properties, but still property, not the worst one in the world to do. So HOA liens are really good. So guys, that is 50 ways to find your first wholesaling real estate deal. I try to get through them as quick as I can. I kind of gave a minute for each one. That was a lot, but I can tell you that just shows you how many ways there are to find a really good wholesaling real estate deal. There's a lot. And if you go after here, go to freewholesaling.com and learn how to do it the right way. You'll figure out how to pull these the right way. So I recommend everybody watching this, go to freewholesaling.com and you can actually go out here and figure out exactly how to get your first wholesaling deal. And I promise you, this is what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to put this video in freewholesaling.com just to flex. Okay. Why am I going to do it just to flex? Number one, if somebody comes up here and says, oh, Zach, I've tried, this is my favorite one. Zach, I've tried every way to find a wholesaling deal. Every possible way. I get this all the time. I've tried every way to find a deal and I haven't gotten a deal. I will literally pop up this video and we will go one by one and see if you did each way. Chances are 99.99% you haven't. So I used to get this all the time. Oh, Zach, I've tried every single way. I said, you do the rest record list? No. Well, I didn't try every single way. Don't give me an absolute statement about wholesaling real estate because I love wholesaling. I'm passionate about it. I know it to a T, front to back, like the back of my hand. So if you told me you've tried every single way, you did not, and you got to try these ways. I've tried 48 and 50 of them. Probably skip TV ads, and I would probably skip doing stickers. But of the 48, I've done deals in all of them. So guys, most wholesalers only do 4 or 5 of those ways. So broaden your horizons and go after it. So guys, go to freewholesaling.com. And then those are the top 50 ways to do it. So what I want to do is answer some questions, do a little bit of one-on-ones today, and see how I can help you become the best wholesaler possible. So let's get into it. Let's answer some questions and see how I can help you in your wholesaling real estate journey. So Leon's got to catch the replay, of course, no worries. I've been reaching out junk removal companies trying to establish relationships. I'm not sure what to offer them. Percentage of the deal. That's it. DeQuavion, awesome. I did reverse rank for dollars yesterday, and I've gotten 3 leads that have called me today. Awesome. Santa actually is coming 50 times in the last 2 hours. Bro, this is so golden. Awesome. Love to see it. Let's see. Let's see here. Kaylin. Okay, I got to DM you right now. So, Kaylin, do me a favor. DM me HUDs. All right, DM me your last 3 HUDs. Just DM me 100K in deals for 2022, and then I can actually set up the Discord. I'll do a Zoom with you actually this weekend. We can set that up too, and I'll find some more admins too. But yeah, so yeah, I'm looking for admins for Discord. We're working on it. We're kind of keeping on the DL currently, but if you did over 100K in 2022, I would want you to be an admin if you're not going to be a bro guru, and we can help you out. And so it's hard to be a bro guru when you're making 6 figures. So, Asia, what is up? I had an appointment today for my buyer to inspect a property. It's all up. 2022. Love to see it. Love to see it. So I've used your method. It works for me. Love it. So guys, check it out, freewholesaling.com. And so what I want to do currently right now is I actually want to go out here, do some one-on-ones, talk to the people. And so let me write down how to do it. So all I got to do is go to Wholesaling Houses for Real, my free real estate wholesaling group, where I'll teach you exactly how to get into wholesaling real estate absolutely for free. Let me put it in the comments. So this is it for wholesaling. This is Wholesaling Houses for Real, my mastermind. We got 84,000 people strong. So 84,000 people strong in the Facebook group here. So, oh, what's in the back for me? I got off a podcast. All right, there we go. That's a lot better. Not driving me nuts. All right. So let's go here and let's get into Wholesaling Houses for Real. So click here on the featured tab. Everyone sees that. If you're in here, click that. Go to the StreamYard link. Join here. Boom. Hit the StreamYard. Hop on me absolutely for free one-on-one. So let's talk to some people one-on-one. Number 1, we got Jason. Jason, how are you doing today, bro?
Hey, Zach, I'm well. How are you doing?
Dude, every day above ground is an amazing day.
Yes, I agree. All right, so I have a couple questions for you. My first one would be, what do you guys consider a paid list? I think I'm overcomplicating it by thinking it means something, different. But I'm assuming it's lists that you pull from batch leads and PropStream, or how does that work?
Pretty much. So there's only 2 types of lists, right? There's lists you get for free and lists you pay for, right?
Yeah.
And so if I have to exchange money to get a list, even if it's a penny, it's a paid list. So those are you. So for example, like listri.com, PropStream, it's about a penny a list. So it's a paid list. ZachData.com, same thing, paid list.
Okay. Awesome.
So pretty much it.
Okay. My next question is,
Ask away.
Is what are some of the KPIs? By the way, I'm nowhere close to having to deal with KPIs like you guys, but I just want to ask, just for me wanting to get my second deal here, what are some KPIs that you guys, would ask your VAs to look at, and or you pay attention the most that actually are able to help you guys push deals or get deals done?
Yeah, Jason, that's a great question. You don't have to do any deals to look at your KPIs. You're going to have to, because there's only one KPI I really focus on people trying to get their first deal, their first 100K. Are you ready for it?
Yes, sir.
Offers. How many offers have you made this week? That is going to be the biggest indicator if you're going to get your deal, your first deal, second deal, third deal, whatever. Offers. I don't care how many leads you do. I want to care how many offers you're making. Like legit offers on a qualified seller. That is really what it is on the end of the day of getting contracts, right? Offers. So that's going to be the number one absolute. There's other ones, which we're going to break down right now, but offers is going to be the king top one we have to focus on. Because people tell me I'm not getting any deal. You're not making any offers.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's shots, man. It's like basketball. Like you're not going to score unless you shoot.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I sort of did something a little sneaky. I think the last time you mentioned this person, Mr. Hager. I'm not sure if you know who I'm talking about. You said you'd done an interview with him, Devin Hager.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I reached out to him.
I know Devin.
Yeah, okay. So I just reached out to him after you mentioned that you're just asking for some sort of mentorship. So I got a chance to speak with him.
He did?
Yeah, no, I did. Yeah, no, dude, I like to take action. So I did, and he was cool. He's not looking for anyone to mentor right now for everybody else, but
good.
He was cool. And
was he trying to sell you a course?
No, he wasn't. He just said
you reached out to him for mentorship.
Yes.
Why?
Well, you mentioned that he was doing, he was doing well,
because he does a legit wholesaling operation. He's not trying to be a coach.
Yeah, I know.
He's not a guru.
Not mentorship. No,
that's why he's on my podcast.
No, not necessarily mentorship, but more of like, hey, if I could rely on,
he made over 700 grand last year. He doesn't need to sell coaching.
Yeah, no, I wasn't.
There's a disconnect between people that wholesale legit and people that need to sell coaching programs. He doesn't need to do it because he makes a ton of money in his own business.
Yeah, no, I agree. I wasn't asking him to sell me anything. I just wanted to see if he could be one, someone with experience that I could go to and say, hey, listen, I'm doing this and this. What do you think?
Am I not experienced enough for you, Jason?
No, you are, Zach. But everyone bombards, dude. I'm pretty sure there's like 10 people in this right now. Yes, sir.
How many times have you talked to me last week?
In the last week, I spoke to you once last month.
Last month.
Yeah.
And so you're trying to pay people, but you won't even talk to me.
No, I'm not trying to pay him. But no, I'd love to.
You said you were trying to pay him.
No, I wasn't. No, when I said
so you want to mentor you for free.
Yeah, but I told him I would love to provide value where I could, right? So, if he needed me to go anywhere for him, obviously I know he doesn't need anything from me, but I just wanted to see where I could provide value since I wasn't paying him.
Jason, it physically makes no sense for me to do what I do. If you go to people, ask them to teach you wholesaling for free, everyone except for me and Rick are going to say no, F you.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a really stupid thing to do. Okay. I'm not saying you're stupid, but don't do that. Okay?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
What value could you provide to Devin?
Well, Yeah, no, I really don't think there's anything I could do, but whatever it was that he needed here in Florida, if
he runs a pretty legit team, dude.
Yeah, no, he told me so, but yeah, I told him, I'd love to go out there and, make contact with sellers for him if that's something he's open to, since he's in Utah. So
he has acquisitions agents.
Yeah. Yeah, he does. Yeah. He's also looking for one right now, I think.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So
it's looking to scale.
Yeah. Would you recommend a new person?
No, he'd never hire you too.
Yeah. I know.
Same thing like me. I'd never hire you because you're looking. Here's the thing. I would never hire you for acquisitions. Can I tell you why? Because no offense, but you're looking to suck all the money and information out of the top people and then use it for your wholesaling in that specific market. You are a terrible acquisitions agent because you are destined to leave.
Yeah, no, and that's something we actually had a
Or just
conversation about. You also mentioned that
every smart
when we were
wholesaler
live
will
last
never
time.
hire you. The
Yeah,
dumb ones will, and you're not
yeah,
gonna get good info from them.
yeah. And yeah, that's something we were open about. I told him I wasn't like I knew that was where the conversation was going to go, but again, I'm not that I'm not slimy at all. I would legit like to help out and do what I could. I told him I'd even work for him for free. Wouldn't I wouldn't want to take his money or anything. Even if it's
That's a
even
bad one. Working for free is because then you create a thing where you have animosity because you feel like you owe him something because you work for free. Because then you're gonna feel like he owes you his time, which is not
yeah,
free.
true. But I've thought about that as well, and you're right. I probably would feel like that eventually, but I told myself
You
that's something that
will.
could
So it
happen.
doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work. Yeah, but yeah, okay. So offers, and that's the biggest one for you, and that makes sense.
Yeah. And then leads, and then appointments, and then cash buyers pulled.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's I have more questions, but I'll be on tomorrow for sure.
Jason, I have questions for you.
Yes, sir.
Why would you offer to help someone live their dream when you're not going to build their dream when you're not trying to build your own dream?
Well, it- yeah, I mean, when you put it like that, yeah, it's a
You're
good
working for somebody's dream and not your own dream by doing that. So I'm just asking why you were trying to do that.
because I'd be willing to help someone else out along the way, because obviously I plan on making this business work. Um, and if I could
But
make
you're
great
killing your own
relationships along
dream
the way,
to help
yeah,
someone fulfill their own dream.
yeah, yeah,
What's the point of that?
yeah. That's also the
You ever
next
been on
point.
an airplane?
Yeah, yeah, a few times, yes.
So you hear the flight attendants. You're supposed to put the mask on yourself first,
Yeah,
and then you
before
help other people.
yeah.
Okay? Because you're going to pass out by doing that. So let's work on your own dream. What market are you in?
Florida, the West Palm Beach area, but
Okay.
I like virtual wholesaling. It makes a lot of sense.
Why don't you wholesale in West Palm?
Dude, you're in West Palm every
I've made over
week.
6 figures in West Palm. I don't really even wholesale there.
You okay? Yeah, no. It's so expensive here, man. It's so expensive. You mentioned finding places with a high population. West Palm Beach checks that box, but it also has to be, the medium home value has to be, at a certain level. And I mean, with your experience, man, it's wild here. It's wild. I mean,
Yeah.
you're doing well. Devin does well too, but maybe I'm just making excuses.
Jason, are you smarter than me? Am
No,
I smarter than you? No.
probably
Okay.
yes.
Probably not. Okay. So, like it's not something secret. Okay. Is my voice just that sexy where sellers just want to sign on the dotted line for below market value in that market? No. Because I get in front of people that have ugly houses. You can make it work in every market. Don't make it an excuse, dude. And West Palm is not the market to be making excuses.
You think so?
Let's do this. Median home price
It's like 420 at this point, 430 maybe at this point.
442. So that's under 450.
Yeah.
Does
So
that mean, Jason, that every house is worth $440,000?
no.
No. That means there's houses worth under that there, right?
Yeah.
What do you think that means?
There's deals to be done.
And this means you're overthinking it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's something you've taught me over the last few weeks. I've been
So let me teach you another thing, Jason. Put the mask over yourself. Work on your own dream first, then help other people. Okay?
okay. So
Working for somebody for free and getting them deals, and then that's not the best thing to do. Okay?
yeah, I have a quick question to ask because just so my family can hear, and I promise you I'm not asking for your pity or anyone else's pity, but I haven't had a job for about a year because I decided to go into this full time. My mother-in-law has accepted me in her home, but I haven't been able to pull my own weight. And understandably, I could say a lot of this is my fault because I'm pretty sure I could have got my second deal done. So I just want to ask, she mentioned, maybe it's time to get like a full-time job or something. And I'm like, listen, I can make it work. I can make it work. I'm crazy enough to take, the chance, so, I mean, what would you say to people that are, expecting something that hasn't materialized yet.
So Jason, you're good. Yeah, I'm gonna say this nicely. You're not gonna get any pity from me.
Yeah, I don't.
You know why?
Yeah.
There's people right now that didn't get. How old are you?
I'm 28.
28. There's 20-year-olds right now that just woke up that didn't wake up this morning.
Yeah.
All right. So there's a lot of people going through a lot worse stuff than you.
Oh yeah,
all right.
for sure.
There's people that woke up in a hospital today. They don't know how long they got. Okay. They're 28 years old. So you ain't gonna get any pity from me.
Yeah.
Life doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you deserve sometimes, right? And sometimes you don't get, sometimes it gives you stuff that you don't even deserve, but you get in life what you get out of it, right?
Yeah.
And so you trying to work for free when you know you can't do that is just crazy talk. So let's get out of that.
Yeah.
All right. So it's up to you. I don't know how your household works. I ain't knowing that. I'm not going to go convince your mom, stepmom that you should do this thing if that's not what you truly believe in. Do whatever you want, man. It's ultimately up to you. But my biggest question for you is, like, why haven't you gotten your first deal? Like, what do you think is the biggest reason why you haven't done it?
Well, I did get my first deal following some things that you told me back in a few months ago. I think it was before, just any month before August, because that's when I closed my first deal. So I did get my first deal, following exactly what you told me to do. 100 driving for dollars, 100 for sell by owners, and 100. I forgot what the other thing is, but I got the deal for sale by owner.
How many hours per week are you putting into wholesaling?
Every morning from about 9 a.m. to about 6 in the afternoon when my girlfriend gets home.
Okay. So tell me for last week your marketing.
It's just been strictly cold calling.
Cold calling what list?
Actually just for the last 2 months it was driving for dollars.
Last week. I want to know last week.
Oh, last week it was cold calling.
Give me the stats.
Give you one sec. I have it here in my, sorry, I have it here in my Excel. So I made, let's see, a cold last week I did about 25 calls and I was able to get out, like, let's see, 8 offers. Yeah.
You cold called 20, you got 25 calls?
Oh yeah, like two, like for like yeah, 25 calls, yeah.
You made 25 calls in a week.
Yeah, just looking at for the homes that I did comp on, and it made sense. There were areas that I saw some investor activity. Yeah. So it wasn't a lot of calls, but I tried to make sure it was, there were quality calls.
Jason.
Yes, sir.
You made 25 calls and you're wondering why you're getting no deals, bro. Dude, yeah. This is insane. Yeah. Have you ever heard the saying, slow feet don't eat?
Yeah.
You got very slow feet when it comes to calling. You ain't going to eat. All right? Bro, you need to put those are rookie numbers. All right? Pump those numbers. I did more calls yesterday on my live stream than you did the entire week.
Yeah.
You know that?
Yeah.
You know that?
Yeah. I know. No, I saw your calls yesterday. Yeah, it was not. This is not an excuse, but I really it's probably
9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Yeah.
25 calls in a week.
Yeah, I'm
Let's divide that by 7. So you made 3 calls in 9 hours.
Yeah.
The numbers don't lie, bro.
Yeah. Yep.
So honestly, maybe you need to work a job. Maybe your stepmom is right. Maybe you have to struggle a little more for you to actually want this better. Because, bro, you ain't getting anywhere by calling 25.
Okay. Yeah.
Like I said before, there's guys out here that have a kid. They're married. If they don't put food on the table, the kid ain't eating. You think they're making 25 a day to feed their family? Oh, no.
No.
They're making 25 every 30 minutes. This is why you're losing. You're losing out to the people that want it more. I don't think you want it enough. I really don't. Because if you're doing 25, your words are big, but your actions are small. Slow feed, don't eat, bro.
Yeah.
So guess what I'm telling you?
Yeah.
I need 100 calls let's do 200 calls a day for the next 70 days. Let's try that. How many driving for dollars leads did you pull last week?
Um, uh, I would really have to go on a list, but I have the entire list with me, and it was about, I think it was about like 60 plus doors, and I put it in an app that took me like the most efficient route, I guess. It was a free app online, and
Jason,
they said no, it's that way. Yes, sir.
Jason, go to Green Acres and pull 100 drawing for dollars leads and reverse drive for dollars that. Okay, can you do that for me?
Yeah, 100%, man.
Go to Green Acres and just do that. Okay.
Yeah, thanks for being honest, by the way, dude. I needed to hear that. Thanks for being honest.
You didn't need to hear, dude, bro. You need to pump your numbers up, man. I'm just telling you. Okay. 9 to 6 was the biggest lie I've ever heard in the entire world that you just told me. Okay.
Do you really think I'm lying?
Yes, I feel like you're lying to me. 25. You made 3 calls in 9 hours.
Yeah. So
that is your marketing.
So what I'm doing is for some of those calls, man, I'm on the MLS and I'm doing the comps before like I make the call. Some of them I do get cold feet on, but I mean that's what I have here. I could give you some addresses that already have some offers, and I'm actually looking at those as well.
Jason, I don't care how long you've been comping.
Yeah.
How many hours did I spend comping yesterday?
I think none, to be honest.
So do you want to be like me, or do you want to be like you right now?
Yeah, no, I definitely would like to do better for sure.
So maybe you're not lying. Maybe you are spending 9 hours, but you're spending 9 hours doing stupid stuff.
Yeah, I think that's
Let's change this up. You are banned from cold calling. You know, screw this. You're banned from cold calling. Okay? You're banned. I banned you. All right? You're just going to reverse drive for dollars anymore because you are just you're too much analysis paralysis. I need 50 a day. 50 reverse drawing for dollars leads a day for the next 7 days. So you need to put out 350 by the next time you talk to me.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Because here's the problem. Let's play it like basketball. You're trying to score 50 points, but you took 8 shots. How is that even possible? How?
Yeah.
It ain't possible, bro. So you need to up the shots.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes, sir. That makes a lot of sense, Zach.
So, dude, I wouldn't even hire you in my own business right now. You can, if you paid me, I wouldn't put you in my own business because 25 for 8 hours, it's wasted space. You have to pump your numbers up, man.
Yeah.
So what did I just ban you from?
Cold calling.
I banned you from cold calling, and also you are now like basketball. Do you follow basketball at all?
I do, man. I love basketball.
So you are now on a shot clock. You are on a 4-minute shot clock on comping properties. That's it. That's all I'm giving you. 4-minute shot clock.
Okay.
Oh, I know that's stressing you out, right? I just heard the sigh, right?
No, man. I'm just
4-minute shot clock, 350 reverse drawing for dollars leads, and make your offers.
Okay. Can I ask then, just because I'm gonna do this tomorrow? I wanted to go to the Court of Clerks here, and I've been there like 3 times, dude. They keep telling me what I want is not there, but I'm gonna go and use the computer instead and pull something there, and I'll.
Do I look like a man that strays from my principles?
Nah, dude. Not especially.
Did I tell you to go to the clerk of the court?
I'm sorry.
Did I tell you to go to the clerk of the court?
I didn't hear your question. I'm sorry, Zach.
Did I tell you to go to the clerk of the court?
No.
I told you to do 350 drawing for dollars leads. Okay. Reverse drawing for dollars.
Okay.
That's what you're doing. You've been banned from everything. Excommunicated currently. Till I can tell you what to do next time, okay?
Okay. All right.
350. Green Acres first, and then anything around there.
Okay. All right. So, all right. Yeah. I'll speak to you in a few days. I'll be here in the 7
stream. Days. I need you back in 7 days. I don't want to talk to you. Any time's wasted from your reverse drawing for dollars.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm actually gonna go. Grab the vehicle now. She's on the phone, but we're gonna go do that right now. Actually.
Okay.
Well, put you in the background. Yep.
Get after it, man.
All right. Thank you so much, Zach.
Have a good one.
Yes, you too.
Slow feet don't eat. If you are not putting in the work, you will not become successful. This is not a business to sit on your butt all day and go after it. You need to go after it. Guys, this is your dreams we're talking about. So yeah, I might get a little serious. I might tell you, might not. It's something you need to hear, but not what you want to hear, because we're talking about your dreams. We're not talking about this little. We're not talking about this little fairy dust thing we want to get. Oh, it'd be nice. No, this is your dreams. This is everything you've worked for. This is everything you want in life. So this is why I'm serious. We're talking about your life. This is your dreams. This is everything you want in your life. This is your future. This is serious stuff. This is stuff I don't play with. Okay. And when you don't take your own dreams seriously, I'll take your dreams seriously for myself. Get after it. Michael, what is up?
What's up, Zach? How you doing?
I'm blessed, man.
That's awesome. Every day. I just got one question for you. I don't really want to waste your time, but with land deals, how much verbiage and what verbiage should I change on my contract, if any? Because like I'm using y'all's contract and I haven't really done a land deal yet. And I stumbled across this lady who's trying to offload a few acres. And I don't know what I need to change for it.
So I'm trying to think. I mean, honestly, if you have the legal description and if there is an address, it should be the same.
Okay.
I mean, the legal description on the deeds pretty much, just in case you get everything wrong, it's good to go.
So just like off the 2 streets it's off, and then that's it really? Like,
so is there an actual address?
She didn't give me the address yet. I had driven out there and it was like off. She gave me 2 streets off of, and I haven't called her back yet because I wanted to do some research on land because I haven't really done this before.
Yeah. Get the, do you have her name?
Yeah.
Just look it up on the property appraiser. Her name should reverse, go on there, and then you can find what piece of land it is if you're going to write the contract.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's the only question I really have.
All right. Well, Michael, just know this, dude. Land's more about buyers than the seller.
Okay.
You need to have that.
I'm trying to get buyers for it.
The buyer is going to be more important than anything because I could care less what we get under contract for. It's more about the buyer than anything.
Yeah.
And so you got to call
in Facebook groups. I'm still waiting for y'all to approve my post in the group.
You think my cash buyers are going to be in my group?
Well, how do you find land buyers then? I watched the videos from Rick.
So I would find land buyers. Most importantly, I would go find them on. I like PropStream the best, but you go to like Facebook groups and land in that area. That's good. Title companies are a good one. Go into PropStream, look at people that are actually buying vacant land for cash. Those are going to be the best ways to find it.
All right. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right. Appreciate it. Oh, also you get sold land on like realtor.com. Look up sold vacant land, even on Zillow, and then find the buyer's agent for that too. And then on top of that, I go on and on forever, man. You can even go to the home builders. Do you think you can build a house on that? Like, what's the use case on that?
I'm pretty sure they're commercial, but there's another one I got right now. It's like a barn on it, and it's 2 acres. He said it's ready to build a house on, and I'm trying to find a buyer for that.
Yeah, find a home builder because they're going to build a house on that, try to sell it. So deep discounts on the land, and then find a builder most likely for this.
All right. Thank you.
Well, get after it, man.
Appreciate you.
Oh. All right. Hello. 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 All right. Yo, what's up?
Hey, what's up, man? How's it going?
I'm good, man. How can I help you out?
So I was thinking about bandit signs. Just spreading out my marketing basically. I called my city and to see what their policy was on it. And I mean, I should have figured, but apparently the police officer, yeah, I know, shocker. The police officers actively go after the signs, and I'm not 100% sure if they work in my area because I haven't really seen like any other wholesaler trying it, or I haven't really seen the signs around either because they only apparently allow the political signs here, which, you know, everyone loves. So are bandit signs worth it if you're going to constantly be in a battle with the city?
When they see police officers go out, they go after just to pick them up?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to think of this in a nice way to say this. I'm thinking about what my lawyer's about to scream at me. All right. So I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm none of these things. But I'm going to talk very broadly for you, okay?
Okay.
If someone, let's talk about battles, okay? If someone attacks you on the ground, what's a good way to not be attacked on the ground? Think of a battlefield. There's 3 ways for a battlefield, right? There's ground warfare,
Air and sea.
and air and sea, right?
So you're attacked
So
from
if the ground's being attacked, where can we go?
air or the sea.
Off ground, right?
Yeah.
Are there bandit signs we can get that are off the ground that can connect to something? I don't know. You can do some independent research. You're a smart guy, you know? You're a smart guy.
I saw this post in your group, I think a
Not a
couple
bandit
months
sign.
ago, about there was this guy who went around his city and he stuck them up on like the telephone poles and something like that. But he used
Wow.
a stepping
That's a
stool to
unique
get
idea.
up. Yeah, he used a stepping
Never
stool
heard
to
of
get
that.
up. Never really.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. But yeah, you can do that. You know, there's ways. You know, there's I don't know. There's ways around it. You know, I heard of people putting stuff on stop signs, which I think you should not do.
Okay, I wouldn't do that.
You never do that. There's just ways that you shouldn't do it. You know, but yeah, I think you're smart.
Okay, and so
You
lately,
need modern solutions for modern problems.
very true. I've got a problem. I've been kind of inconsistent lately with everything in terms of my marketing. I'm really not a cold caller. Like I tried it, I just couldn't stay consistent. I couldn't do it all day. I'm not that type of guy because I don't know. There's something about actually starting the contact with that. So I went after SMS because that was kind of my thing. And yeah, I don't mind calling them as soon as they show interest. But my problem with that is I started to struggle with pulling lists. And I love government lists because the motivation is so much higher there. But I've been from county to county to county, and I just can't find a system that kind of works for me consistently where I can consistently send out texts. So it's been like a couple months since I even texted. So I know that's my fault, my consistency. I blame myself for that. But I'm thinking, is it just a better idea for me to use paid lists like Batch and PropStream and kind of come up with my own system that works better for me? Because some of the government lists, my issue with them is either they won't be sent in the right format, they won't be sent at all, or I just simply can't get them because I'm doing virtual. I live in Illinois, you know that. I'm trying my home market too. So a lot of them either claim to not have the list, or as I told you, send it in the wrong format, or just flat out don't have it. So I'm rambling. My bad.
So you got to understand, if I had enough government lists, I'd never pay for PropStream. And that's kind of weird.
That's true.
There's just never enough. There's never enough government lists for me to pull. Never.
Very true.
Okay, because it's the government. They're not that efficient.
Exactly.
So shots fired. But like, dude, there's never going to be enough government lists for texting the way you do it. There's going to be never enough.
Yeah, it's just not sustainable.
Government lists are always my priority.
Of course, when you get them,
unfortunately, I can't get enough for especially the volume that I do. Never. Like for me to make hundreds of thousands every month, I can't do just government lists, right? And so actually, most of my deals will come from paid lists. So it's kind of like we're doing this little area, and then we just increase the size of what we're doing, right? And as you know, when we increase the size, the more diluted it's going to be, but it's more leads. So government lists, pull as many as you possibly can, and then from there, I'd get in some paid lists. We're the best paid list, obviously. I would probably go after tax delinquencies first, which it's a government list technically, so fine. I would probably say vacants, high equity, and the tired landlord list. Those are the big three for texting I'd probably do.
I got to start hitting some tired landlords. I haven't been on that.
They're really good, man.
Yeah.
If you were going to pay for a list, tired landlords would be one of the top ones. And then stacked lists on top of that too.
Yeah, I want to try some of the more unique government lists too, because as I told you, I just can't get enough of them.
Well, you should already do the government. You should already be at tired landlords if you're doing the evictions.
I got to do that one too.
So yeah, tired landlords, you're missing out, man. At
100%.
least a quarter of my deals or something like that. It's huge.
Gotcha, brother. All right. Let me see what else. I think that's all for now, but give me a second. I think I'm good, man. I appreciate it.
All right. We'll go after it, man.
Going, brother. Appreciate it, man.
Oh, guys, I can tell you, life is what you make it. Okay. And if you ask, you have to get what you want in life. You have to ask it, but you also have to follow the actions, right? So if I want to go out here and actually make a life for myself, if I actually want to get the results I want, I'm going to have to do the same equivalent action. And I want to leave you at one main thing. Now, everyone knows go to wholesale.com, all these things. But I have one mantra I've shown for 2022, which I will continue into 2023. It is the only equation I know in wholesaling real estate. I want everyone to understand this. It's called action equals results. If you want results, which is making money in wholesaling, it has to equals the action. So if your action's not good, your results won't be good. So everyone wants the results, but the action has to match. So if you want your results to equal you want your action to equal results and results to equal action, the only thing is to work your butt off and do it the right way. Go to freelisting.com. Guys, action equals results. Get after it. I'll see you guys soon. I'll be with Rick tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern.